Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back. My back's better. Well, it's better, but it's still a little hurt. Out here working on the Aspen again because after I did oil change wheels and tires and all that stuff, the water pump decided to take a crap like all these earlier 5.7 Hemis did. It's not just a Hemi. It's also the fact that it's what 12-year-old vehicle, 134,000 miles on it or something like that. But yeah, I'm replacing the water pump on that. Get that going, get the new fluid in there, and then that'll pretty much be this video. I'm not really going to do like a how-to because I mean it's just a water pump. I mean, you take things off, you put things back on. But quick story time. I'll put like a thing right here to skip if you want to go to like me working on the Aspen. But this is mostly what my channel is anyway. It's just me talking to you guys. But so I was going to explain why my back is the way it is in the last video. And quick story time. When I was in the military, I was just doing like a field exercise. It was like a week-long field exercise, and I forget where it was. Somewhere in Washington State. If I remember it, I'll put it in there somewhere. I forget what it was called because I did a massive brain dump after I got out of the military. But anyways, I was on doing that field exercise week or whatever, and anyways, I was on QRF because at that time I was a gunner, and I had my 249, and plus I was the gunner for the vehicle as well. So I was in charge of my 249, and I was in charge of the 50 cal. So for whatever reason, my platoon sergeant decided that when we were on QRF, we had two Humvees staged by each other, and one Humvee had 50 cal and the other one didn't. And he decided that at that point in time, we needed to move 150 cal from one Humvee that had it to the one that didn't have it. Me being, a private and, whatever. I, had full battle rattle, jumped on the hood, grabbed that, went up there, slammed the pins out of the 50 cal. And mind you, the 50 cal not only was, it fully trimmed out, it also had a BFA on it. So the BFAs for the 50 cals probably added another maybe 20 pounds to the whole 50 cal. So you can do the math on that and how much that weighed. So I had my 249, my ammo, and then I had 50 cal with the BFA and full battle rattle. And while I'm on the roof of this Humvee, you can tell where this is going. Me being me, I decided to jump off the hood of the Humvee. And when I jumped off the hood of the Humvee, I landed like not really square, and I landed back. And then I tilted back to the left. And then something popped, snapped, or moved around in my back. And then my back's never really been the same ever since. It wasn't as bad when I was, about 60 pounds lighter than I am now. So, like, every once in a while there's like that a nerve in my back. So that's what I messed up. So every once in a while that nerve, like, gets really aggravated, and basically what happens is that nerve clenches down really hard, and then pretty much I'll just stop dead in my tracks and either fall over or lean against something or whatever. Like, it's probably the most painful thing I've ever been in. Like, on a pain scale, it's probably like 11 or a 12, the whole 9. So that's what happened. And then every once in a while, like I said, it aggravates me. And then when I'm real stupid and I decided to throw, where is it? Right. Nope. Wait. Where am I? Nope. They're that way. That way? No. Here. Let me turn the camera. Right there. I decided to stack all these tires in, a nice big pile because they're neat, they're organized, they're out of the way. But these are also steel 22s with 305 45s on there. So they're pretty heavy. And I just got off my last package, like probably maybe 2 or 3 weeks prior to that. So like I wasn't really fully healed in the first place, and then I was coming out here and being G.I. Joe and throwing big heavy tires into a pile and not really paying attention to what I was doing. So then I got all of but 3 of the tires back on and the oil changed before, I came over here, was trying to put the tire on, and then like right then and there, locked up or snapped, did whatever the hell it does, clenched up real tight, and then I just fell down on the floor, laid there for probably 10-15 minutes figuring out what I was going to do, and then I slowly started moving around and got up, like slowly grabbing onto the truck and whatever I could do to get up. Then I started walking around a little bit, and then I wasn't feeling too bad, but bad enough to where like if I did something again I was going to hurt it. So I walked around out here for a half hour trying to debate what I was going to do, whether because I'm third shift, so I'm out here late at night, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do to get somebody out here to come pick me up off the floor or take me home or finish doing this. So I called a couple of my friends. Nobody answered. And then I called my mom because, it's my mom. She'll answer the phone. She goes, anytime you call your mom, she's going to answer. So I called my mom and asked her if she knows somebody that could come out here and help me out and get this thing finished. So lo and behold, my sister was sitting by my mom. So her and her boyfriend came out here, thankfully. I really appreciate it. Like I above and beyond appreciate it. They came out here and finished up putting the wheels and then torquing the rest of the wheels down for me and, all that kind of stuff. And then I left for the day and whatever. I left a little bit of mess and my dad cleaned it up. So thanks, Dad. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. So that was that story, and now it's a few days later. I've gone to the chiropractor. I've relaxed, put heating pads on there. They put electric shock stuff on there and did all that kind of stuff. So now I'm feeling better. Like my back still hurts, but I'm still feeling better. So that's all that happened. So if I ever disappear for a while, that's mainly what happens whenever I disappear. Either that or I get really lazy and I just don't make a YouTube video. One of the two. So, but enough talking. Well, not enough talking because that's more or less what I do. I'm really good at this talking stuff. But I'll show you kind of what I did and catch you guys up to speed on what I've done with the Aspen changing the water pump. Because I started on it and there were some people, my dad and my sister and her boyfriend and her youngest child were out here. And, I didn't want to record while they were out here because, one, I'm not comfortable enough to do that yet. And two, I just didn't want to. So I'll catch you guys up and all that kind of stuff. All right, so back to car stuff. Here, I might actually make this into 2 separate videos because for the people that actually care or the people that don't really care and then they just want to know about car stuff. But this is where I'm at right now. I got the radiator out and I got the transcooler zip tied up so it's not dragging on the ground because I didn't want to make a huge mess in the barn. So I popped everything off, or I was about to get ready to pop the lower hose off. So I pushed the Aspen out into the driveway. I still put pans underneath it. I didn't let the stuff just drop on the ground. But I put the pans underneath it and all that stuff, and then I just dropped the hose outside, then took the radiator out, and then pulled the fan straight out because I didn't want that clutch fan slapping, everything while I was driving in here. So I just started it up, drove it back in here, and now I'm going to finish the teardown and then put everything back together. So I just have a few more bolts to do. One more line to take off, and then I got to transfer these two hoses onto the new water pump, and that's more or less it. And then I also do that one trick that everybody does. I mean, you just trace out. You can either use your gasket to trace this out or the part itself. So I just traced that out, did the holes, and then I'm just putting the bolts in because all these bolts are different sizes. So, and you're 100% going to mix that up. Like, unless you're, really good at remembering stuff, you're going to mix that up. So this is one thing I do. I do copy all that. So we'll get the rest of this water pump off and then slap the new one on with the new gasket and then fill her back up, and then she'll be back on the road. But there are a decent amount of broken clips and crap on here too. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix any of that while I'm out here. So like that's broken, which is no real big deal because I can always I plan on doing some stuff to this grill anyways, kind of like what I'm doing with the 200, cutting this out and then doing that mesh in there. But I want that mesh to be like deep in there, so like I'm gonna have to cut these out and then like do like a flat piece in there somewhere, and then finagle with all this. It's gonna probably be a pretty big ordeal, but I might actually end up buying like a whole nother grill just so I can mess with that one while this one's on there. And then that needs to get painted. Yeah, oh, speaking of that, the Aspen is like, I'm not gonna say like a forever truck for my wife, but it's gonna pretty much be like she's gonna have this for quite a while. So all this chrome's gonna go away, all of it. I've already started some of it in the back. I don't know if I ever did any videos on this thing or not, but I took all like the emblems off. You know, the Aspen one, I did. This was peeling real bad, so I took that off and repainted that. I do want to do this in the gloss PX8. Not PX8, PXR I think it is for the brilliant black. And I also took the Hamley emblem off the other side. So the tailgate's done. I need to paint those black. These handles are 100% the same as the 3rd gen Rams. Like, quick picture there. And then you come over here at 3rd gen Rams and they're exactly the same. I can maybe insert pictures of them side by side and show you. So I'm going to try to see if I can find, another set of those that are already painted in the brilliant black, like a Laramie model or something like that, for like a Ram, I'm saying. And then that needs to be painted, and then all these need to be painted as well. But these are steel, so those shouldn't be too difficult. I think they're steel. Yeah, they're just like a really thin steel. So those shouldn't be too difficult. And then after those are done, then it'll be the inside. Because I'm not really a big fan of the color of the inside. I wish it was black on black. Like that would be a real sharp SUV. Plus with the 22s on there, this thing looks mint. And it's got a nice big booty when it's got the 22s on there. So we'll get this going. I'll stop talking because I'm sure this is probably like a 15-minute video already, or pretty close to it. So we'll get the rest of the water pump off, and then we can start throwing it back together and get her all going. So let's set you guys up, and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. Like I said, it's not a how-to. I'm just doing stuff. All right. So speaking of just doing stuff, I had a little bit of a video of me taking it out and stuff like that. But while I was doing it, I dropped my phone into the bucket of antifreeze, or into the pan of antifreeze. But I got it out quick enough because there wasn't, I don't know if my actual speakers work yet. We'll find out in this clip. And if not, we're done. If they do work, we'll keep going. Well, I'm going to keep going either way because, I mean, I got to get this done. So, but, yeah, I dropped it in the pan. And I got it out. I took it out of the case and all that. So yeah, I dropped it in there. So she's all wet. So I'm either gonna try to clean that up, or I need a new case for my phone. So yeah. So now I got the water pump off. Good to go. I gotta pull the thermostat out, put it in the other one. I should have probably got a new one of those, but it's whatever. So it does look like the seal is starting to take a crap. So I mean, it was leaking. So. But yeah, right around here, it's super flat and all deteriorated. Same with up in here too. So all I got to take off is the lower radiator hose yet, and then we can start putting stuff back together. So I'm probably going to set the phone up better, so that way it's not I'm just losing it sometimes. The way I had this set up is the top upper radiator hose was like sitting right here, and then I had my phone propped right in between there. You know, me being me, I was like, oh, let's take the water pump off. So I took the water pump off, and obviously the hose was still attached to the water pump. So then it dropped down into that pan right there. So, and that's another reason why, like, my phone didn't get super wet, is because, like, there wasn't a ton of fluid still in there, or radiator fluid. So yeah, that's fingers crossed that this works. So I'll actually go back here right now and see if I have volume. All right, I do have volume. Good news. But this video is really long. It's about 15 minutes. So I'm going to end it there, and then we'll do a part 2. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.